All right. Hello, y'all. I want to just make sure this is streaming into our Facebook group. Okay, it is. So I am here alone tonight. It doesn't surprise me too much because I think sometimes people hear, going through the comp plan and going through the back office, and it doesn't sound as important. But one of the things that is so important is understanding how this all works and at least having a basic understanding. You don't need to be a numbers guru. There's many very successful people on our team who don't really, know the ins and outs of our comp plan, but having a general overview is so critical because this is going to help you understand what you need to do to have the paycheck that you want. So I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the numbers. I will say I am a numbers person. So I was the type of person when I joined Saint that I was like, okay, like I need to understand exactly how this all works. Like I could, I sat there and I figured out all the math and taught myself because that was important. That's how my brain thinks. That might not be how your brain thinks, but like I said, if it is, I'm going to show you guys some resources you can keep digging. Feel free to reach out to me, which I didn't even say this in case y'all don't know, I am Taylor. Reach out to me. We can chat total numbers. So your upline may or may not be into numbers, but you're welcome to reach out to me. Otherwise, we're just going with the basic understanding. So what I'm going to do is start out by walking you through your back office, which is so important that you understand what everything is back there. So, and if you guys have questions, just let us know in the group and just ask these because getting clarification is going to be so important. All right. So I'm trying to find that's why. Okay. So I'm going to share a couple things. I have to be careful not to share any compensations because we are going to post this for replay. And we aren't able to share those publicly. So I'll be like zooming into my screen, all of that. So we're going to start off by just looking at our back office. How do you even get to your back office? So one of the things with your back office, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. I'm just zooming in. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, share my screen. So this is what your back office looks like. This is a zoomed in version. Now, you're literally going to go to your version of your website. And then all you need to do is you're going to go over and you're going to go to my account and go to back office. I want to quickly explain which each of these tabs are for you so you have an understanding. Your dashboard is going to give you a nice overview of everything. Your commissions is going to tell you what you've been paid out. This little box right here is your current earnings, meaning you haven't been paid those yet, but that paycheck is coming. Customer orders will be, or customers is your entire list of customers. You can search them if you need like an address or something like that. Customer orders is going to break it down by the month. So you can see like in a given month who ordered. So that way you can follow up because follow up is so important. Your downline is, we're going to talk more about that tonight, but once you start building a team, you're going to want to pay attention to this downline tab and really have a sense of where your team is so that you know how, where they are, you can support them. Now, early on, that's the amazing thing about having this community is you don't need to actually be the one to teach your downlines everything. There are amazing systems in place like this video, for example, that will teach your downline all the information. And what I mean by downline is those people that you recruit. So team building is optional, but we're going to see tonight how team building is so important for if you want to build a big paycheck here. But you can make good money. And we're going to also go over that just by selling. So don't feel obligated to team build. But what I will say is if you're like, yeah, one day I want to do it. Well, I'm going to tell you, jump in. Use the excitement of just joining this business and ask your friends if they want to do it with you. It's something as casual as, hey, I just started this new business with Saint. would you want to learn more about what I'm doing? We could do it together. And you don't have to know everything. Your upline is going to help you walk through everything and can also help your new teamies. So use that excitement of the fact that you just joined this business and learn alongside your friends and family. And as you'll start earning in a bigger paycheck. Manage parties, that is where you can create different parties. We already showed that. And then we have our sales volume that shows a record each month. There's like this artist finder. It's not something I usually use, but you can connect your Instagram to it. So if you have an Instagram, I do recommend saving that because when someone's searching for you, it will connect your Instagram. And then billing is so your back office fee. So you're going to be charged $12.95 per month in the US each month. That is for this amazing website, our amazing customer service. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's $15.95 if you are in Canada. All right. So that is an overview of everything in your back office. Oh, and this, just FYI, party tab, this is your specific party. So I'm just going to click that real quick. It can break everything down. These are the ones you have open versus under the back office tab are the ones you have open for anyone. And we showed you earlier how you can open a party link for yourself and then to open a party link for a customer who wants to host a class for you or just earn rewards. You just have to make sure they're a customer and it will all sync. So that is the gist of the back office. So I'm going to go through a couple more things. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in again and just walk you through some things. Okay. So right here is this account info. This is going to tell you your current rank. Again, we'll go over that tonight. Unless you purchase Demi is a completely new line. You can kind of ignore this. You'll see that I'm not certified, but I bought the kit. If you ever need your artist ID, that's here. And so what you see right now is my top rank is artist 4, meaning I have hit that in my lifetime of my business with Saint. But where I'm being paid at right at this moment is artist 3, because each month you have to requalify. This is for every rank. So come the first of the month, every single person's back office is going to say artist 1 here. Even the top of the top in this company, our top level is artist 10 or artist X. And even they start at artist 1. So that it resets every single month. So then that gives you an overview. Now I'm going to show you, I'm just giving you guys a tour right now. This little section here is the 4th box, promotion status. This breaks it down how much, like what you need to do to hit the next rank. I understand the comp plan really, really well. I still find this a little confusing, so it's not something I usually use. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and these are my personal orders, so it will show that, but I want to go through our bubble chart. This is probably the most important thing in your back office, other than once you start building a team, you're going to want to check the downline. So this is just for September. It's giving you a snapshot. So this green bubble, your PSV, is your personal sales volume. What that means is depending what country you're in, and it does convert if you sell to the opposite country. So right now we sell in the United States and Canada. But if you're in the US, this amount is in US dollars. If you're in Canada, this amount is in Canadian dollars. So this is just how much you sell. This does not include tax though. So if you were to get a customer order, what you're going to see is there's a subtotal. That's what goes into this. Nothing with tax will count. And then we always have free shipping, although there is shipping to Canada. So that also wouldn't count. So always free shipping in the US, just in case you're wondering, and shipping to Canada is free above $125 Canadian. Otherwise it's $3.95. So PSV, that's your sales volume, personal sales volume. Then the next one related is PCV, personal commission volume. Okay. Your commission volume is basically your wholesale pricing. So this is basically taking off, we get 20 to 40% commission. Our base commission in this company is 20%. So what it is doing is it's basically removing that 20% is the easiest way. So this is like the wholesale, like basically the pricing that we get as artists if we weren't to use our party reward or our party link. So if you go straight into your back office and you're like, hey, I want to shop. Actually, I'll show you that real quick. So if I go to shop here, what you're going to see, oh, I'm linked to a party right now. So see how it says party here, party, whatever. That's why it's showing full price. So highlights are $14. Now, if I just go to that, it shouldn't link it to a party, right? Okay. And what you see is it's still doing it. It's because of how I have mine set up. Basically, in short, you always want to shop through a party, like always. There's no reason that you need to pay the artist price because you're going to get it back in your paycheck. Plus, you could get even more. So let's go. Okay, shop with Saint. There we go. Okay, this should work. Maybe. Is it going to work? No, it's not. Basically, I'm giving up now. These would be $11.20. So, and the reason for that is the conversion rate for USD is it's 80%. So what that means is if you have a $14 highlight, you're going to multiply that by 0.8, which is 80%. 80% of 14 is $11.20. That is the commission volume. So every little $14 tin you sell, you are going to make $11.20 in terms of your commission volume on that. So say in a given month, you've sold $500 PSV, personal sales volume, then your commission volume, I'm going to multiply it by 80 cents or 80%. So 0.8 is $400. That is your commission volume. I won't go into the details of why, but basically we do get paid off of our personal sales volume, although it gets a little confusing with Canada, but we make our bonuses in terms of our team off of commission. And that's why it's important to know. But that little conversion is always super helpful. And I'll explain again why in a second. And I promise I know I keep saying that, but I'm getting to the points and this isn't going to be like super, super long. Okay. So that is the gist of, going from personal sales volume to personal commission volume if you're in the US. Now, the Canadian exchange rate does change sometimes, but right now, to my understanding, it's 56%. So if you have a PSV of 56%, you're going to multiply it by 0.56 and $280 is your personal commission volume or your personal CV. Just keep in mind, if you need to go from, say, let's go back to the US version. We had 400 PCV, personal commission volume. You just want to divide by 80%, divide by 0.8, and that is going to get you back to your personal sales volume. So I find it easy to keep this number if you're in the US of 80% and you're either multiplying or dividing by it. You know which way you did it right because your sales volume is always bigger than your commission volume. So if you notice that your commission volume and you try to go to the sales volume and you notice that it's like decreasing in price. So you were at 400 and it went down to, let's see what it would be, 320. So I'm trying to go from commission volume of 400 to that 500 PSV, but I went down to 320. That's how I know that I did the opposite way. So you either multiply or divide, but your personal sales volume is always bigger. All right. And that might be a little too detailed for you guys. You can always reach out to your upline. That number, that conversion becomes important when you're trying to figure out, have you sold enough to either get, basically, have you sold enough to get your bonuses? All right, so let's go back into the back office and keep explaining our bubble chart. So we've done this. This is our personal sales volume. We have done our personal commission volume. This one over here is your team group commission volume. This means of your entire team, what is everyone's commission? Anyone, yourself, and then anyone below you. This becomes important for ranking. It's also just fun to be able to track your team's progress to see, are you guys selling a certain amount each month? Is that growing? And then active legs has to do with recruiting. So right now I have 3. That means I have 3. A leg is like a person I recruit, right? And anyone under them. So that means I have basically, say I had like 4 total legs, or even we'll do 5. That means like these 3 here, if this is me up here, are active. And I'll explain in a minute what active means. But basically, anyone I recruit is a leg. And I think I have about 14 directs right now. So I have 14 legs basically. And anyone they recruit is still part of that one main leg, if that makes sense. So say I have someone named Susie I recruited, and Susie recruited Mary and Sally. They're all in one leg. But say I have Sarah, so I recruited Susie and Sarah, they're in separate legs because I recruited both of them directly. So, all right, hopefully that makes sense. And active, I'm going to go into in a second. So that is the gist of your back office. Like I said, you have questions, let your upline or your mentor know, but really this bubble chart right now, starting off, these are the biggest 2 bubbles you're going to need to know. Okay. So now I want to show you a couple things in the downline. Let me just scroll over just so I'm not revealing anyone's identity. Okay. Well, we'll start with mine actually. So this is your downline. So basically each person has a row. You're going to be at the top. Okay. It tells you some information when they signed up, all of that. You want to scroll over all the way to right here where it says personal sales volume, personal commission. So if I go down, all of these people are on my team. Okay. Personal sales volume is PSV. That's your green bubble. Personal commission volume is PCV. That's your red bubble. Now, this one right here is the one that matters for you to go and hit your first rank in this company. So you start out as an artist 1 and you promote to an artist 2 when your accumulative PCV, your total lifetime personal commission volume is 640. Okay. So I don't have, this would be an example for right here. So this person has 237. They haven't hit artist 2 yet. So they would need to sell $400 and like $2 and some change of CV. So then we can do our calculation and realize that, that amount is about, it's about $500 in sales volume. Now, your kit is included in your accumulative CV. Always, no matter what, it is always going to be part of that. So if you bought, so basically 640 CV commission volume converts to $800 PCV, personal sales volume, okay, in the US. So if you bought I'm talking about US right now, the basic kit, you sold $199, or you didn't sell, you purchased $199. So you're at 800 minus 199 is $601. That means to hit artist 2, you have to sell $601. Now, if you bought the pro kit, you have $800 and minus $399 is 401. You have to sell $401 to hit artist 2. Now, with that being said, there is a little, if you sell it in the first month you sign up, you're good to go. Otherwise, there is a little bit of you have to make sure you're getting quote unquote active in that same month. And I'll explain that in a second. And that's where it gets a little more confusing. This is where if you don't hit artist 2 in your first month of signing. So if you signed August 1st, you have all of August, for example, to hit it. I don't know why I'm picking August, but it's just random month. But if you sign August 31st, you really only have that one day and you're bumped into the next month. So work with your mentor to see, but basically you need to make sure in a given month that this number, your accumulative PCV is 640. And this column right here shows 240. 240 is what we consider getting active in this business. It's like turning the lights on in your business. 240 commission volume converts to $300 sales volume in US. So that is kind of the gist. So every single month, so your first goal is to get this accumulative PCV of 640. And then moving from there, your goal is to sell $300 in makeup a month if you're in the US. The conversion's a little different if you're in Canada. Reach out. If you are in Canada, your mentor will break down all these numbers for you, or I can do it. It's just a little easier since I'm in the US, and the majority of our artists are right now, to rattle off the numbers in US dollars. So basically that is the gist, okay, is you need to first hit that 640 commission volume, and then you need to start worrying about your the 640 accumulative commission volume. Then you need to start worrying about your personal commission volume, the PCV, being 240 or $300 in makeup, and that's going to unlock you to start earning bonuses. Okay, I know that's a lot, but the thing I want you to keep in mind is that I need to get to a cumulative commission volume of 640 to hit artist 2 to get my first promotion. You go from 1 to 2. And then after that, I just need to think about 240 commission volume, which converts to $300 in makeup a month. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So far I have walked you through the back office, everything that's in there, how you read your bubble charts, how you read your back off or your downline, and how you know you hit your first rank, and then what you need to keep doing to get active. And getting active in this business after you hit artist 2 that first time, getting active, selling that 240 commission volume or $300 sales volume is automatically going to get you to artist 2 every single month. And that is the goal. That's going to bring you in a steady income. So right there, if you were to sell $300 in makeup every single month, you're going to earn a $60 paycheck that is coming into you. And that would be consistent money coming in. But let's talk about how you start to earn the bigger money. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. And basically, Sync Gallery is a resource page, but under resources, it's going to take you to a Dropbox. There's 2 areas that are helpful for figuring out how much you are going to make. The first one is under recruiting and team. And you can go to right here. It says Artist Resources 14. This is our breakdown of how much you are going to make in terms of your sales. So what you notice is we always get 20% commission, okay? Now, this is based in CV. So that column that says personal commission volume, you could compare based on that. I'm also going to give you the benchmarks for the US dollar. Again, if you're Canadian, reach out to your mentor and we'll walk you through this. Okay. So if you sell anywhere from $0 to $400, you're going to make a 20% commission guaranteed. So if you sell 1 tin of makeup, you still are going to earn 20% commission on it. Okay. But that $300 is that magical thing where it starts to unlock your team commissions, meaning you can start earning on your team. I will also say it greatly helps your upline. Anyone above you, that's the foundation of our business. And it does help them kind of be able to earn bigger paychecks, which, they're doing likely to create a living of some sort or to create a secondary stream of income for themselves, just like you are. So keep that number in mind and trying to really, I like to think of it as that's the lights of your business going on. You have that open sign on your door. People know and will take you as a legitimate business when you're doing that consistently. But anywhere up to $400, you're going to earn 20% commission. Okay. Then you bump up. So these are additive. So in this row right here, you're going to earn 20% in your weekly paycheck, and you're going to get an additional 5% bonus we get paid once a month of our bonus checks. But what that basically means is you're going to get paid 25% if you sell anywhere from $401 to $800 in US dollar. Okay. So right there, if you were to sell $800, Actually, I said that wrong. Sorry. This is actually $399. This becomes $400 to $799. So if you sell $799, you're going to make 25% commission right there, y'all. That's $199.75 in 75-cent paycheck, again in US. Imagine that, about $200 coming in a month to you by selling $800 in makeup, or $799 really. So then this next one ends up being 30%. We're going 20 plus 5 plus 5. This additional 5 plus 5 again goes in your bonus check. So each week you're going to be paid on your 20%, your base commission, and then you're going to make more once a month, but it ends up being 30%. And this goes from $800 to $1,999. So if you were to sell $1,999 in makeup, and at 30% commission, that's $599.70 that you will be making in a month, okay? Then your 35% commission bracket is going to go from $2,000 to $3,999. Let's say you sell $3,999, okay? Which, by the way, if you're that close, your mentor will be talking to you about how you can bump up to that next percentage. It'd be selling one more tin of makeup, and you're going to make a whole lot more of money because you're going to make that total percentage. Like if you're bumping up from 30 to 35, you make 35% on every single dollar you sell that month. Okay. But say you're at $3,999, you're at the 35% commission bracket, you are going to make a $1,399.65 paycheck. Imagine that. That is incredible. This is only from selling makeup. You do not need to build a team to earn these numbers. And then once you get to that, this is 4,000 and above, you're in that 40% commission bracket. If you sell $4,000 in makeup a month, that is a $1,600 paycheck. Now, I get it. It's like $4,000 in makeup. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something, okay? That would be like, if everyone only got like the basic amount, you're going to be selling to about 10 customers a week. You can knock that out in a class or in a party. It's crazy how, sometimes you can make this work. So if you want to hit those big numbers, I promise you it's possible. Just plan it with your mentor. All right, the last part of this presentation is I want to talk to you about building a team and what that means. So I'm going to really quick show you the resources on Dropbox just so you know where they are. You want to go under business resources, comp plan, and there's this version here, okay? It's really detailed, okay? And then there's also this. If you want to learn, you can. But what we're going to do is go through a very quick presentation tonight of how exactly this works. The only thing I'm going to break down for you tonight is how you're going to hit your next rank of Artist 3. Okay, y'all, that is basically recruiting 2 people and helping them to hit Artist 2. Okay, so let's kind of go through this. This is an amazing video. I will post it in. I recommend you watch this because it shows the amazing power of team building, how much your paycheck can go up. And I want to share some of those numbers with you tonight so that you can truly understand the magnitude of what is possible in this business. Okay. So this is one of our top leaders page walking us through it. She's going to first go through how you go about doing this. But the biggest thing I want to tell you is you have to start making those connections. So tomorrow, what you're going to see is you are going to be challenged to send out messages about someone joining you in the business opportunity. The message is really simple. You don't need to be a pro in this. You're just going to make the offer. You never know who is interested. Think about how your life changed by joining. What are you getting out of this, right? Why did you say yes? What if someone else needs that exact same thing? So trying not to prejudge, invite people. The worst that happens is they tell you no, that it's not for them and it's not for everyone. And that's okay. But what if it is for someone that you are too scared to ask, or that you're like, oh, she wouldn't be interested. She's too busy. Did you know that actually the most busy people in this business actually are some of our top leaders? Like, they kill it. You figure it out if it's important to you. And sometimes this ability to have a community, to have extra income, to have something that's just fun to do. People love makeup sometimes. Those are reasons that people will carve out the time for themselves. Okay. So I'm not going to go through all of this just because it's long, but the first piece is I just want to go through this one more time. You start this company as an artist one. Okay. Now these numbers that Paige goes through they're going to be the base income, the lowest amount that when you hit this rate of what's coming in. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to hit artist 2 first. Like I said, this is that 640 commission volume, that accumulative amount that includes your kit, meaning $800 US, which includes your kit price. Okay. Once you hit that first promotion, then the goal, or as you're working towards it even, is to invite 2 people to join with you. Okay. These 2 people, just to go back, they are going to start at artist 1. And you're going to help support them to get to artist 2, to hit that 640 CV themselves. Okay. That's what they're going to do. They've become artist 2 now. As long as you sell your $300 in makeup, this is where I was saying it's going to unlock the money, the extra money. You start getting paid on your team. So 240 CV or $300 personal sales volume in US dollars. Sorry. So if you do that, okay, and this is based on the most minimum amount. This is not accounting for if you end up deciding you're going to sell $3,000 of makeup that much. So if everyone sells this minimum amount and hits these, your paycheck that month is going to be $288. Ladies, I'm going to tell you something. So only $60 of that is from your personal sales. Isn't that amazing? So that means because you're helping them get going. It's not like this every single month, but there are bonuses. We do not get paid as artists on someone's kit. So we don't get paid to recruit them. We get paid to help them be successful. And I won't go through those details tonight. There are bonuses you get. So this is in that first month of helping them hit. Then you will have basically earned $168 on your 2 girls you recruited and help them hit artist 2. So now this whole model goes on where everyone, the goal is it's the power of 2. You're going to recruit 2 people each month, and you're going to teach your team how to recruit 2 people each month, and watch what happens. So then the next one is artist 4. Okay. Notice you still have, these are your original 2 girls, but they've recruited 2 girls and helped people basically hit their first rank. Okay. These 2 are newbie. These 4 right here are newbies. And they went from artist 1 to artist 2 by getting their 640 commission volume. And then your people, say this is Mary and Sally here, okay, that you recruited over here, Mary and Sally, okay? Mary and Sally then recruited their own people. They're still there. They're selling their $300 in makeup. And you also recruited 2 more people that month. Your paycheck is going to be $508 that month. How incredible is that? Okay. Now I'm not going to keep walking you through how this all breaks down, but I want to go through some of these numbers. Okay. So artist 5, the next one, look at this. This is how big, if everyone is committed to recruiting 2 a month, which is very doable, keeping in mind that you have all the team resources at your disposal. All of these people are going to learn the exact way you've been learning through all of this resource, and you're going to help also support them. You're going to learn with them. $996 is your paycheck that month. Isn't that incredible? Just from sharing this opportunity with people and having them love the makeup as much as you do and love helping other women fall in love with this makeup. Now, artist 6, your paycheck is going to go up to $2,000 a month. So y'all, $2,000 a month over that times 12. If you were to do that, basically that's like a $24,000 paycheck. Granted, there is some specific math. We can't guarantee that if you hit this rank, there's a lot that goes into it, but just start to think in terms of yearly, you can make that. And again, this isn't even really including a lot of your personal sales. Then artist 7, we start to bump up. And this is where we see a big bump. Your monthly paycheck, if you keep up this model of recruiting 2, is $9,472. Incredible. Then if you go to artist 8, there we go. Your paycheck bumps up to $23,912. When I first heard these numbers, I was blown away that is possible in this business. Okay. Get ready to have your socks rocked. Okay. You ready? If you hit artist 9, that paycheck using this power of 2 model would be $59,908. Mind blowing, right? And then if you hit the top of the company using this same model, your monthly check, not yearly check, your monthly check is $142,000. That is so incredible. And it all starts today with being willing to share this opportunity with other people. That power of 2, your goal right now is to get your 2 people. And then when you get your 2 people, you're going to teach them to do the same. They're going to watch this. They're going to learn. But imagine what it could do. Okay. But I also want to say that you get to take this at your own pace. But I will say that what's going to happen is your brain is going to want to hold you back from mentioning the business opportunity potentially. It might be like, oh, I'm not ready, or this is scary, or I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all, you do. You have the support. You have everything at your access. You're going to learn with your artist. Keep that in mind. You don't need to be an expert in order to be a leader. We have this set up that you are ready now. And sometimes, what if your best friend, who you wouldn't even think about offering this opportunity to, needs this community right now? Or what if your cousin needs this money, could use that extra stream of income to pay for diapers, to pay for, her gas? What if a coworker just really needs something fun? You guys go to work every day and it's the monotony, and she goes home. And I say this is open to anyone, so don't limit it, but the majority of our artists are women. But what if she's just going through the motions of life and she needs something to spice up her life? That is what this opportunity can do. And by supporting them, and we are here to support you, you can start to earn that bigger paycheck. So dream big, think about what you want. I hope this all makes sense. I know this was long, but this gives you an overview of how you really start to make money in Seint. But I want to take a step back and remind you that it all starts with hitting artist 2. That is that $640 per commission volume, including your kit. If you're in the US, $800 total. Okay. And of that, your kit is going to count. So in the US, $800. If you bought the basic kit, you need to sell $601 in makeup. If you bought the pro kit, you need to sell $401 in makeup. That's where it starts. And then the next step right after that is to start sharing this opportunity. Everything else, if some of this went over your head, that's okay. This can be a video you keep coming back to, that you remind yourself when you're confused. Or like I said, reach out to your mentor or your upline, or I am always happy to figure out these numbers for you. If you're wondering like, hey, what would I need to do to create this income? That's one of my favorite things to calculate for people. All right, y'all, I'm going to wrap up. Please drop questions. If you're watching this in our Facebook group, drop them below. If you're watching this in our Telegram chat, because we're moving all this over, you can put it in the chat and ask the question in that new artist chat. And one of the leaders will respond to you and help you through with all of this. All right, ladies, have a wonderful night, and let's get to earning those dollars and creating the dream you want to. So that's what I will end with, is remember, this is your dream. This is your business. So the biggest thing I recommend, and I tell my team, is let me know what your goals are, so I know exactly how to support you. Am I supporting you at the level that you're like, hey, I just want to sell a couple $100 in makeup a month? Amazing, right? That's incredible. That will do so much for you. Or are you ready to hit the ground running and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this? We need to know this so that we can give you the appropriate amount of support. So communicate your goals, figure out what your goals are, and like talk about them. Make them a reality by writing them down, talking about them, sharing with your mentor. I promise when you get that vision of how much you want to make in this business and what that money's for, it's going to help you push through on those days that you're tired. It's going to help you have a clear vision of why you're showing up. All right. Have a wonderful night. Bye.